This is the definitive golden routine, the path from wantreprenneurship to entrepreneurship. I'm telling you how to become a real entrepreneur. Stop sucking, stop making no money every month, and get to a place where you can be proud of yourself as a real, legitimate entrepreneur.
This the part with the bite, nigga. What's up? I know my picture on the wall.
Hey guys, I'm Chris Hansen. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm working on a company right now called AI Answers. You should definitely check that out if you're in the business of making phone calls, selling, and AI to replace your lazy secretary and shitty sales reps. I'm going to drop that link in the description. So like many of you guys who are watching, I spent a long portion of time, many years in the entrepreneur phase where I wasn't making any money. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I wasn't a real G. I wasn't wearing the Ferragamo yet. I wasn't doing any of the stuff that is necessary to have actual success in entrepreneurship, but I was into it. I was watching Gary talking about grinding, etc. So I just did an interview yesterday with Christian Bonner. He's a online kind of entrepreneur, cold email guy, very popular in the Twitter, TikTok ecosystem. Also interviewed his partner, Andre, and they were guys who had a fast come up. So I was already an entrepreneur. I got DMs from them several years ago, already successful, whatever. And they had very fast come up. And they were talking on the podcast about how they were entrepreneurs once when they reached out, before they kind of became, real deal big entrepreneurs that they are today, have, owning multiple companies. So I'm just thinking for the people in my network, what is it that takes you from that entrepreneur to entrepreneur stage? And I really think it's some key things, some key habits and key routines. So I'm going to break that down for you. So what's that routine that you do? I'm going to give it to you right now. And it's based on a 2 or 3 year stretch of time where I went from making $0 immediately to making $10,000, $20,000 in a month through freelancing, ultimately scaling an agency to $50K within a year or so after that. It doesn't really matter what time you get up and what time you go to bed. It really just matters what's in between. So first thing in the morning, phone rings, you're out of bed. Immediately, I recommend checking every single business thing. Overload yourself with information. Kate is a guy who says this, and I think it's really valid advice. You're going to war. You need to be adrenaline kicking in, freaking yourself out immediately with all the potential money-making opportunities. If you're already a business owner, the crises that you have. Entrepreneurs sit around, they scroll the videos, they don't get out of bed right away. They don't hit themselves with the cold water. If you want to be a real entrepreneur, you need to get routine, get out right away. Next thing that I do after I shower is not go eat a big breakfast. It's not necessarily anything like that, but I put on a nice shirt, nice dress pants, nice shoes. We're doing business here. We're not, when you have the $1 million exit, you can wear the beanie and rock with that. Beforehand, you're dealing with businesses, you're dealing with building your business, take it seriously, okay? Be shaven, just take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that Hormozy look. They can pull it off well. I guarantee most of you out there need to upgrade your look a little bit to be successful, be able to sell, etc. You got to be presentable. Obviously, if you're a coffee drinker, hit the coffee, do whatever it takes to wake up, music, cardio, etc. But the key thing is that you get out of the house immediately. I don't like this work from home shit. Sitting in your room, you got to be in an office. And the reason for that is it helps you close clients. You can forced to meet other business owners, interact with people, not be that weirdo behind the screen, force you to level up in a way that other wantrepreneurs are not doing. So get an office space. There's a company called Croissant, very cheap, that you can use, rent office by the hour. You get like a few hours a month. It's like not even $100, and it's in most cities. So I'd recommend doing that. If you can't do that and you're in dire straits economically, just go to Starbucks, sit outside in a park, but don't sit in your bedroom. Definitely don't have a bed behind you because that's going to screw up all your Zoom sales calls. Next thing is, what do you do all day? And it depends on where you're at in various stages. In our community, the One Network, we have no idea stage / freelancing, where you're, not doing anything, and then the agency stage or the business stage when you're scaling. So it's different based on whether you have income, you have a offer that you can make money on, whether it's B2B, B2C, or you're in that next stage where you have funding, etc. The gist of this is you need to be spending time every single day on what gets you to that next stage of business. If you're in the idea stage, you need to immediately find an offer. Come on the One Network, we'll give you an offer and we'll give you something to work on that aligns quickly with your things. But basically, ask people around you what they need help with. And B2B is probably the best starting place for business, although you could do something, home services, whatever. Find out something that you can already do, you already know how to do. Don't spend time learning a course or learning a new skill. For your first business, I recommend you do whatever comes quickest and easiest. So if you're at that stage, that's what you do. If you're at that second second stage, now you have an offer. What do? You reach out to people. LinkedIn, Twitter, email, do everything. You can read a little bit, maybe 30 minutes a day, but every day from 8 to 8 p.m., basically be outreach, pitching people on the offer, trying to book meetings into a calendar, some type of Zoom call. And then any time that's not spent on that should be actually meeting with people and building out custom offers, proposals for them. Now, there's things like websites and whatnot that are not super important, but you need to have them. So I would say spend 5% of your time. Try to even pay for other people to do it, because really, if you want to succeed as quickly as possible, what you got to do is spend most of that time calling and selling. When you get to the stage where you brought in that first income, your priorities immediately change. Now you do everything you can to help that first client or first customer, because they are going to be the biggest advocate for you. Testimonials, person-to-person referrals is how every single company grows. I've studied every single fucking industry out there. This is the way to fucking do it. So you switch your time immediately when you get the client, and you do the most on the clients. If you start to double take, you spend more time on sales, you get greedy, you want to do marketing, that always backfires. This is just common sense wisdom that makes a mistake. Now, what do you do end of the day? Do you turn your brain off, or do you think about business? To be honest with you, what I have been doing lately, and I'm on a grind right now, is I do turn off. It's not like a Netflix and chill type turn off. It's not a drinking turn off, but I go to the gym and I slowly sort of ease out of my business Slack, Discord notifications. Then I eat, and then I immediately go to bed right after that. Boom, back in it. And you got to be in a cycle for this for weeks or months, or really until you hit your goal, probably just a sustainable business, sustainable income for yourself. And then you can start to switch it up and decide, hey, how much time do I want to put into work? And then you go from there. In any case, guys, we've got tons of new guests on the podcast. We had a Q&A with a heavyweight boxer, Ed Lattimore, last weekend. Crazy stuff going on. So please join the Discord, promote it. If you come in, we'll give you free shit if you promote this Discord if you're kind of new. We're helping grow companies. I'm investing in a lot of people's companies, kind of giving them sharp deals. Hey, I'm taking 60%, whatever. But we got a lot of different options to help people grow your companies, and I'm very passionate about this. So check out, subscribe, and I will see you soon in some IRL podcasts. Thanks.
This the part with the bite, nigga. What's up? I know my picture on the wall.